Is Ursa worth it? That is such an ugly name. But is she worth it? I'm going to take a different approach. Before doing her in-depth guide, I'm going to check her out on my free-to-play account and decide if I should even invest her. Let's hop to it.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, Gravity here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I'm gonna go through Ursa, kind of. This is not one of my in-depth guides. This is basic, the approach is, I'm gonna look at Ursa, I'm gonna check out what I need on my account at the moment, and I'm gonna try to evaluate whether or not I can use her and whether I should put resources into her. I've already put in some resources, like a fair amount. Actually, she's like leveled up to basically where I'm trying to keep most of my tunes. But yeah, so basically my idea is I'm gonna check her out and then see if she's actually worth it based on what I need. But before we get into any of that, I had a comment from someone asking, after the whole Joker takeover thing that I did, asking like, hey, it would be kind of cool if you did other villains, which led to this idea, which is, I guess, now coming to fruition, about well, put it this way. There's a sneak tip, just on the low, from a CI, confidential informant, for those of you who don't watch like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Why was that the cop show I went to and not one of the 5 billion other ones? There's a sneak tip. Riddler is going to rob something in Gotham City. He's left puzzles, and it is up to us to figure out where this is all gonna go down. So basically what I'm doing, and I'll release another video, or I'll release like a solo video just talking about this. What I am doing is I'm doing a Riddler Heist event. I'm gonna make 5 puzzles and release one every week. There's gonna be a point system. I'm gonna explain all that now and more in the video. There's gonna be a point system. You guys submit your answers to the riddles, and then after the fact, you will receive an Ungreifer branded something. So it'll be an Ungreifer mug, Ungreifer t-shirt, something like that, Ungreifer phone case. You'll receive that. I'll go into more details about that at the end of the video. So let's just hop into Ursa right now. And hopping into Ursa. So meaning, I'm not sure if she's worth it on my free-to-play account. I'm still early game. Well, actually, one bit of news, I have completed the heroic campaign. The team I used was Lex, Donna Troy, Jesse Quick, and I don't even remember who the damage dealer was, because basically it might have been a Bensor, actually. It was probably a Bensor, because basically it was just ramp up, get a bunch of awareness, have a bunch of overheal, and then slowly trudge through the rest of heroic campaign, which I think I could have done a while ago, but my attention shifted. Like, I wasn't really worried about finishing campaign. I was more worried about like building my tunes individually. And if I'm being frank, in this free-to-play account, I think I've spread my resources a bit too thin, and I've tried to take on too many heroes at once with regards to the actual rings themselves. I've been able to do the leveling up with regards to the levels and some of the gears, which gears, she's what, gear 5.5 right now. So like, I was able to do some of the gears because I'm more focused on power level. She's at 3,700. If I took her up to 3,800 or 4,000, I'm okay. I'm not going higher than that, as you guys all know by now. But with the rings, that stretched me out thin. Now, another problem that I'm having with evaluating whether or not I should put more resources into Ursa is that the rings themselves, when you put them in there, there's this level 2, level 3, level 4, +2 damage, +3% damage, I do not like using my scarce rings on 2% damage. I do not like using my scarce rings on, well, I mean, 5% is okay, but it's still not great. So, but the way that I'm going to try to evaluate at this point is I'm going to read through a kit real quick and then see if that's what I need. So since I'm done with heroic campaign, and honestly, my attention was never really on PvE mode in the game anyway. Only in the way that I could use those events to get more frags. But that's why it took me so long to finish heroic. So PvE events I'm not focused on. However, there is an Alan Scott event that I'm doing like right at this moment. She's not hitting very hard in it at all. So maybe I should put more rings into her damage and see what she does. On her A1, it's damage to a single enemy, can't miss. That's nice to have, especially since, well, actually I have a few. I have Superboy and Connor Kent who can do can't miss in the A1s. And then the legendary point, which I still haven't assigned, even though I've taken her L1, is apply permanent intelligence down. If I'm using her in PvE, that's not going to be as helpful as it would be in PvP because the enemies are relatively weaker. I don't know if one intelligence down is going to make the difference. Now, if I was going up against someone who's very taking at PvP and having that on the A1, then I might be able to stack up a bunch of permanent intelligence downs, which is nice. That means they won't fall off. Gain true sight and awareness, 80% chance to apply 2 hit chance up to a random ally, which is just weird, and I do not care about the hit chance ups because it's on a random ally, and that's not going to do anything for me. In the sense of I want to control where things are going, especially early game, especially if you're in the mid game. In game, I don't have to necessarily have the control because my roster depth is going to provide me with options, so I can afford to play around a bit and experiment a little bit. And here on this, I have to be more careful because I can't just toss resources, especially since I'm on a free-to-play account. I can't just toss resources into her and then be, all right, well, this is going to be okay. Because if it's not okay, then I've wasted a lot of resources on a tune that I can't use. Her legendary point is gain permanent empowered agility up and awareness. So she would get 2 awareness and a permanent agility up. It's on the A2, which the cooldown, I mean, since it has a cooldown, the 1 permanent empowered agility up, it's empowered though, and empowered tends to count for 2 as opposed to just a regular agility up. And another awareness, which makes her tanky. So that means that she would have 2 awareness, she would gain true sight, and she would have an empowered agility up. I mean, that's better than the A1 to this point. Heavy damage to a single enemy. I'm going to have to put rings into this. Damage dealt ignores shield and awareness. That could be huge. Huge. If I'm being frank, I'm not running into a lot of awareness right now, but there are plenty of shields in early and mid game since you have Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, who is one of the best leads in the game, that he's farmable in heroic campaign. That means that I'm going to run into a lot of enemies with shield. So A3 may be the leader in the clubhouse at the moment. A3 may be the leader right now because I feel as though I'm going to bring her more for damage than I am going to bring her for any other utility. 75% chance to gain empowered strength up at the beginning of her turn. I want to put resources into this. I do. The empowered strength up would be noise. Be toit. The duration would be +1 turn. All right, and then the legendary point is all damage dealt to male enemies is increased by 50%, which is an awesome ability to have. However, that's such a limited, not limited, but it limits it. So doing that ability, you know, the A3 affects everyone with shields or awareness, whereas this would affect just the males. So I'm not inclined so much to take it just because what if I run into a female team, or if I run into 3 females, you know what I mean? Like, so then that becomes, I can't even fake the funk on that one. It's just gonna be useless. Phantom Zone Dweller, fast ability, 75% chance to gain empowered stamina up at the beginning of a turn. Now this kind of lends itself to being like, do you want her to be tanky or do you want to be a damage dealer in the beginning? Later on, you're like, oh great, I'm taking all this, which that's what I'm doing on my main account. But here for her, which one am I trying to settle with? I need her to do damage. So I'm gonna probably put more rings into I am the weapon. Hold off on the, or would I be able to do all? Let me also check the legendary point. Gain permanent stun immunity at the beginning of turn, can't be purged. Start up, I don't care about that. So it looks like the A3 is going to be the legendary point I take. I'm still thinking on this A2, which would make her harder to kill. The awareness, having 2 awareness, that's nice, but I still like being able to, since I want to bring her in as a damage dealer, I think, then I still like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Now, seeing as how I've done that at this point, if she's going to be the damage dealer, it would behoove me that when she opens up heavy damage to a single enemy, that it hits hard, right? On the A1 as well. Now here, down where it is going to the true sight and the awareness, 80% chance to apply, 2-hit chance up. The duration of it, having that one more turn would be nice. I do not care about the percentage chances. I could run her also with Donna Troy though, so that way I don't necessarily need for that extra turn, that extra true sight duration, but it would be nice to have. I think though, since I want her to be a damage dealer, I need to put more rings into things that give us damage, right? So I am the weapon. Having that as a higher percentage, 75% chance is awesome. Having that at a higher percentage would be better for me. 75% is really, really good already though to start off with. So I'm gonna hold off on that a little bit longer. And I'm gonna try to put some rings into the A3. Okay. And I can't resist that 10%. I really can't resist that 10% for 7. And now I have 16 left. She's gonna use the A1 more than she uses the A3. Duh, that's how math works. But damage dealt ignores shields and awareness. Another 10% damage there. And I think actually that'll be the last one I can take with her at level 50. So let's go for it. So the rings are heavy tilted towards damage because I'm expecting her to be a damage dealer. If she was supposed to be my healer, for example, and let's say this A3 is like an AoE heal, then I would lean more towards putting rings into the heal, of course, but then also more rings towards the stamina ups because I need my healer to be the support. So therefore she needs to be a bit tankier in order to survive and continue giving those heals hand in hand. However, since I want her to be a damage dealer, I may be building a glass cannon here, but that is okay. I just have to be aware that when I'm going into battle with her. And of course, I'm gonna try to balance all of this stuff later on, like, you know, throughout the weeks or whatever. However, at this moment right now, what I need her for is damage. What I'm building her towards is damage. And then we'll add in the stamina ups and stuff like that as time goes by, as I have more green rings and. Now we have the four, kneel for execution. Again, that's that 3% thing. And that's 6 green rings. And you see that I only have 8. I am the weapon. I have already firmly decided that ability I want to ring out very quickly. However, I'm already deciding that I'm not going to do that now because 2% is not worth it, and I'm not going to really be able to put a lot of stuff into it. So I might end up with like 5% plus 1 duration. Now that I say that out loud, that might not be that bad. Oh yeah, but see, it's already 3. So then the next one's going to be 4, and then I won't be able to reach that increased duration, which is actually the real reason why I would want to go after it. So I'll put that on the side. Phantom Zone Dweller, that is something that's towards her tankiness, so I'm not looking at that even. Supervision, True Sight. True Sight is useful for, I'm now running into Taunter, so True Sight is useful. Having it for one more turn. Do I want to have it for one more turn? Or do I want 3% damage? You see what I mean? Like, one more turn. Or am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. If I had like 20 rings now, because I already put all of that into the A3, if I had 20 rings now, then I would try to like distribute them evenly between the two. But if I'm having to pick one, which is the situation now, I'm gonna pick Supervision, increase the duration of that True Sight, because I do want to have that for a little while, and then fall back on the rest. Yeah. So, is she going to be worth it? Right now, I'm kind of building her in that, like I said, damage dealer, PvP kind of way. So let's go ahead and go into PvP. Never let that happen. I have full PvP energy. That is a big no-no. All right, so let's see here. Oh, there's a team. Ooh, there's a team. All right, so I have, and this is also still the time where you guys saw my PvP struggles last week. Oh, that hurt my heart. I'm still, trying to diversify and use other tunes instead of just having Lex and just equip on every team that I use. Right now, we have no taunters on this other team. There's a Captain Adam sitting over there. I want to use her to maybe, hopefully, one-shot Spectre. I would love to run her with Cheetah right now and give her some strength ups, but guess who I haven't been working on? Cheetah. So, to build, and actually, I think I will put Wonder Woman POT, leave Donna Troy in there as our taunter. Let's go ahead and put Ursa in there. Ursa. Usher. Why did I do that? I felt it coming, and my head was like, don't do that. And then I just did it. So female, oh yeah, that's right. And I think Henry put this down in the comment section as well. Sup, Henry? And if it wasn't you, sorry. And sorry to whoever it was. She's not categorized properly. Like, you don't see her. And then someone else mentioned another, oh yeah, Impulse. Why is Impulse an alien? Like, and then somebody said like Ursa is a cat. When you do like female, villain, alien, she doesn't show up. So now we have Ursa Endor. So we have Donna Troy for protection and as a taunter. We have Wonder Woman POT as lead. I would like to have a healer on board, but I don't have an energy healer. I don't have a physical healer. And if I put in Star Sapphire, for example, we're going to be buffing heavy too. I'll put in Star Sapphire. I don't like the fact that I'm so Mystic heavy. I would have liked something else to balance that out a bit, but I do want some healage. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. And Star Sapphire also gives men's when tunes buff, so we're not going to be like buffing like crazy like with Jessica Quick and Lex, but we'll get some buffs in there. All right. So, and we're stunned. Now this damage ignores awareness. Let's see if this damage, and she got an Empower Strength up and an Empower Stamina up as well. Does this damage take out Spectre? Not even half. Not even half. Are you kidding me right now? Put it on auto. What kind of Spectre is this? Sneak tip, I'm gonna show you. Because I don't know and I genuinely want to know. Well, he is L5, okay? He is L5. I was still liking, he is L5. Where was it? This was the team, right? So let's go here real quick. Yeah, do what I ask you to do. Do what I ask. View. And now let me go to his Spectre, 4,300. Yeah, and he has him L5. And then every ability that he can up to the levels as possible, he has it there. So I guess no shame in taking him down half energy, but now it's kind of hard to gauge because he's a mystic. He's up at a higher level than I'm at right now. So does that mean Ursa was actually a good hit, or was that still weak? I'm not so sure that an L1 Ursa should be able to take out an L5 Spectre, even if we're playing at this level. I'm not entirely sure that is a fair expectation for me to have. So I'm gonna try one more team and then I'm gonna call it a video because I want to explain to you guys about. Okay. So here we have a White Lantern Sinestro who's at 3,800, right? So she should be able to one-shot him. He's only R4, so she should be able to one-shot him if we ever get a turn. Plus, she has that true sight. Thank you, because Superman's there waiting to ruin my day. Yeah, see, there he is, being Soups. Let's see. I'm gonna put up debuff immunity because Punchline's gonna get her turn. Yup. And then we will go ahead and get Donna Troy to taunt. Yup. And now, I don't have true sight. I have to give myself true sight real quick. Okay, that works. Go ahead and get some healage over there. Although smart money there would have been to use the A3 from frickin' Star Sapphire, put the debuff immunity up. That way they can't buff, therefore Lex isn't gonna be able to heal them or give them turn meter. All right, so right now he is at 75% overheal. Let's see what she does. Did we have strength downs or something that I didn't know about? Did I miss a shield or something? What in the... I'm sorry. What was that? Not cool at all. I mean, she took 2 shots from Superman. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this battle. I will do one more. But no, this is, see, this is concerning. This is absolutely concerning. Is she kind of like a Ben Sur I've been using on my free to play? You guys know. I've been using a Ben Sur, and he's not as bad as I thought he was, but he's definitely like an in-game type player because you really need to buff, or not buff, you need to have his kit like fully ringed out for him to really, really give you what you want. Okay, all right. I have to get focused, one more, and then we'll call it quits. Let's go to this Green Lantern team. We have a Star Sapphire there. Can Ursa one-shot her? Star Sapphire, she's L1, 3,600. Ursa is 3,700. I mean, her A3 is already like maxed out to where I can take it in the game. Is she gonna perform that much differently at this level? Let's see. All right, so go ahead and put up the debuff immunity, and now we have Ursa 1 empowered strength up versus Star Sapphire with about, say, 25% shield. She ignored the shield. She took her down to like 33%. I am not impressed. I feel like she should be able to one-shot a tune at that level if she has a positive affinity matchup. I mean, she did a lot of damage, but still, like, I think she should be able to one-shot a Star Sapphire that's weaker than her. I mean, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna call this a video, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, so the Riddler Heist, I'm going to release the first puzzle next week. I'm gonna release a video now, well, not now, but this week, discussing the actual puzzle itself, discussing how it's gonna work, and I'm also gonna do a tutorial-ish kind of thing for codes and things of that nature. So like the kind of codes I'm gonna be using, the techniques or whatever, like the kind of puzzles that I'm going to be making, like everything from fill in the blank, crosswords, ciphers, scrambles, word find, and that can all be, not all of them clearly, but that'll not be just like a puzzle, but there'll be combinations within the puzzle. So I might use a cipher with fill in the blank and a word search, you know what I mean? So like it'll be different puzzles that come together for it. So you guys be on the lookout for that. That should be dropping soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'm finding that ultimately maybe I wasted my resources in Ursa, and that does not make me happy. But let me know what you think. Put it down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I drop these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, then subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. See you guys next time.